So welcome to CABSAT TV and our studio down here on Oasis Enterprises stand, and joining me now I have the Research Director from Frost & Sullivan, Vidya Nath. Welcome to our studio.
Thank you, Andy.
And another CABSAT, another year.
Absolutely, nice to be back.
Thank you. And you know, good to have you here because you give fantastic insight into the figures, the statistics about what's happening in the broadcast and technology industry.
That's right.
Things have really moved on for 12 months?
Well, sort of. I think that there is a little bit of pressure because of the recession, the political situation in the overall region. But there are some bright spots. Of course, you know, the people don't stop watching entertainment, so that's a good thing. It's just that some of them don't watch it on TV as much. They're watching it on different devices, connected devices. So there's quite a bit of disruption because of that on the TV industry really today.
And of course, many people and you know, broadcasters and content providers take that disruption on board and make it work for them. Free to air, pay TV, OTT, how are those things changing together?
The change is not as rapid in this region as it is in the rest of the world. So in sense of pure numbers, in terms of, you know, how many free-to-air channels are out there and how many pay TV viewers have really increased over the last 12 months, I don't think the number has changed a lot. It's just that you have a lot more viewers for one of the companies, pay TV service providers in the region, but the rest have been seeing a little bit of churn because you know, price pressures are pretty intense in the region at the moment, and there is just too many services also coming up in OTT. So the consumer is sometimes a little confused on whether to take a package that costs, you know, 10 times more than an OTT service package, but when they take an OTT service package, they're not really happy, and so they go back to watching YouTube. So it is quite a bit of a challenge for the market right now. And those challenges as well, I guess, go all the way down to revenue. I mean, that affects the bottom line as well. Is there any room for growth in this change? Absolutely, there is room for you know, growth and also a lot of change in the market. And I'm seeing that in the conversations with the broadcasters and networks. They are slowly trying to see as to how they can expand their scope of distribution, and that is the reason I've been talking a lot you know, at the CABSAT Congress about how the future is not either OTT or free-to-air or pay TV. It is actually hybrid services. So you know, at some time over the next 5 years, we are going to see some of these networks consolidating their strategies and trying to replicate like a Comcast Xfinity model, where, you know, they don't say, oh, this is a cable service, or this is a satellite service, or this is a free-to-air service. They will try and find ways to just provide good quality content to consumers across the world on any device. It doesn't matter how to the consumer how he or she is watching video. So that's the kind of change I see. But I think over the next 12 months, possibly it's by the end of 2018 when we will start to see some of these models starting to mature and driving an upward investment in technology as well. And do you think there'll be some casualties in the industry as we adopt that next generation? Yes, absolutely. But the good thing for the MENA region is that, you know, we've been able to skip a couple of generations in technology. I think that the region is still struggling a little bit in distribution of HD, which is about 30% of all the television channels are available in HD, and 4Ks are already around the corner. But the good thing is that the end users or the viewers are getting ready for it. So 70% of all television sets that will be sold in MENA in 2020 will be 4K, and they will be smart TVs. So it is going to make that transition for content providers and content distributors really easy. Vidya, it's fantastic to have an insight. Thank you very much for the report, and thank you for your time. Thank you so much, Andy.